Alright, ladies and gentlemen, let me check the stream, make sure everything's going well. I just want to see what's happening. Let's see here. Kind of want to check the connection on this side, make sure everything's good. Let me check this one more time. Let's see here. There we go. Sounds good. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So we do have a few strong supercells out there, guys. So let's take a look at this. So what we're talking about here, we're talking about the Panhandle of Texas, heading down into Oklahoma here. This is about southwestern Oklahoma. We also have some storms firing here to the north of Shreveport as well. Also to the northeast of Shreveport, heading into the Monroe area. And even up to the north, this would be near the Camden and the Hope area. Even Texarkana getting in on the action as well. We can definitely see some of these cells are definitely very, very strong, guys. Definitely appreciate you guys joining me. It's definitely an interesting night in terms of severe weather. Let me see here. I'm going to go back to the single site radar really quickly. I want to focus on this storm first here, guys. This is near Shamrock, Texas here, heading down towards Mangum and Altus, Frederick as well, down here in Oklahoma. This would be to the west of Hobart. But it's definitely a very, very strong storm. It's definitely not good, at least in terms of the actual conditions that this storm is going to be bringing. So let's pull this up. Hopefully the fan in the background isn't too loud for you guys. Just a little toasty in my office right now. So this is a severe thunderstorm warning. It remains in effect until 9:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. So we still got about another 25 minutes or so. This is for central Harmon, northwestern Greer, and southwestern Beckham counties. So at 9:02 p.m., severe thunderstorm is located 4 miles northwest of Vinson, moving southeast at 45. And it's pretty crazy to see this right here. It says this is a destructive storm for Vincent and Madge, I believe that says. Baseball size hail, folks. This is definitely nothing that you really don't want to go outside right now. You definitely want to get off the highways, get off the roads. You don't want to be walking in this for sure. Bring your pets indoors as well. This is a very strong storm. But we're talking about baseball size hail and 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Impacts include people and animals outdoors will be severely injured, folks. Expect shattered windows, excessive damage to roofs, siding, and vehicles, guys. So this includes Hollis, Vinson, Modge, and McKnight. It's definitely not a good storm here, guys. And you can see that the tornado warning is actually still in effect for about another 9 minutes. So a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado. It's definitely the same storm we're talking about here. Tornado and baseball size hail, guys. This is definitely not good. Plus 70-mile-per-hour winds. It's definitely not going to be a good situation. It is going to remain mainly over rural areas of East Collingsworth County. So that's definitely good news here. But you can see this massive hail core on this, guys. It's definitely not good. This is just right over Carl here, right over looks like Highway 30 as well. It's definitely not good. This is heading right for Reed. So if you guys live in the town of Reed, definitely get into your safe place immediately, guys. We also have another storm behind this, but let's focus on this storm here. Let's just pull up some details here. Yeah, we're looking at almost 3-inch hail, guys, so that's definitely not good. Definitely don't want that crashing through your window or hitting you on the head. It's not going to be a good situation. But yeah, severe hail probability is 100%, and hail probability is definitely up there as well, 100%. So it's definitely not good. It's a strong meso of 8. So definitely be on the lookout for this storm. This storm is actually moving east-southeast at 38, so it actually slowed down a little bit. But let's actually get some of the towns here. Whoops. Let me do this the proper way. There we go. We'll actually take this all the way down through Altus here. So we're looking at 38-mile-per-hour storm motion here, guys. So Vincent in about 15 minutes, Reed in about 26 minutes, Russell 37 minutes, Mangum around 43, East Duke 52, Hester in about 52 minutes as well, City View, Martha, Victory, Blair in about an hour from now, Welland and Ulousti here, or Olusti I should say, in about 69 minutes, guys. This is definitely not a storm to play with here, all the way down through Friendship at 73 minutes. Total population is 22,971, so it's not going through a major populated area. However, it's definitely going to pack a punch, guys. Anybody in the path of the storm should get out of the way, guys. This is coming from the panhandle of Texas, heading into southwestern Oklahoma. It's definitely a very, very strong storm, so we definitely want to make sure you guys get out of the way of this storm. If you're anywhere from Wellington all the way through Hollis, down through Altus as well, Blair, up through Mangum and Granite, definitely get out of the way of this storm. Get indoors if you can. Make sure your car is actually under a carport or within a garage. Do not park underneath an underpass here, guys. This is definitely going to be a very, very strong storm. You definitely won't want to do that. But yeah, this is a major supercell thunderstorm, guys. And just to let you guys know what a supercell thunderstorm is, so basically it's a highly organized and severe type of thunderstorm characterized by its persistent rotating updraft called a mesocyclone, right? So let's actually pull this out a little bit. We'll actually zoom on in here. We can see, if we actually go to the details of this storm, we can see the meso went down a little bit, down to 5. So the storm is weakening slightly, but it might just actually be back building a little bit. So we're going to have to watch this very carefully. But this is a very strong supercell thunderstorm. Let me pull this up. I'm going to get the velocity measurements here. You can see that very, very strong meso here definitely developing. So these storms are definitely known to be the most powerful and long-lasting among all types of thunderstorms. Supercells are responsible for producing some of the most destructive weather phenomenon, including large hail, strong tornadoes, and damaging straight-line winds, which we have all 3 of those inside of this storm, guys. So we have almost 3-inch hail, 70-mile-per-hour winds, and the possibility for tornadoes. So we're going to have to watch this storm very carefully as it comes through. So yeah, it's definitely pretty crazy. Let me actually see here. It's definitely a fascinating thunderstorm, at least. For me to at least say that. It's definitely a very broad supercell thunderstorm. It almost looks like it wants to split, but you can see that clear inflow notch coming in here. So it's definitely pretty crazy. That's coming in right over Maj, Carl, and Vincent here. Make sure my stream is not screwing up. Hang on. Seemed like it was lagging there for a second. Yeah, it's pretty neat though. So this is actually the inflow notch here. So this is right over Highway 9, Highway 30, just to the south of Carl here. So we're going to have to watch this very carefully. So an inflow notch basically is a specific feature often observed in supercell thunderstorms. So it's a region of relatively calm air and a cloud-free area located on the southern or southwestern side of a supercell, just ahead of the mesocyclone. So it's definitely pretty interesting here. We definitely have that on the southwestern side of this storm. This is definitely playing a crucial role in the formation and the sustenance of this supercell thunderstorm. It's allowing warm and moist air to flow into the storm, and it's fueling its updraft, so it's definitely pretty crazy. It's created by the interaction between the storm's rotating updraft and the surrounding environmental conditions, guys. So we're going to have to watch this. It's definitely a very, very well-defined inflow notch here. You can almost see these bowing structures as well. Let me draw this out for you guys. You can see these little bowing structures right out ahead of this storm here. So it's definitely not good. We could definitely get some rotating bookend vortices right along these interfaces here. So we're going to have to watch that very carefully. We could have some brief spin-up tornadoes there. Maybe some land spouts coming up. It's definitely going to be an interesting situation as we head on through the night. But this isn't the only discussion that we have going on. We also have another thunderstorm behind this. It does look like it is actually getting ready to expire within the next 3 minutes, but we do have a special weather statement for the next 33 minutes, so we'll definitely take a look at that. So Doppler radar was tracking strong thunderstorms along a line extending 6 miles west of Dozier and 4 miles northeast of Lila Lake. Movement was southeast at 40 miles per hour, wind gusts of 50 to 55 with nickel-sized hail. So definitely a very interesting little cell that we have behind this. So gusty winds can knock down tree limbs and blow around unsecured objects. Minor damage to outdoor objects is possible, guys, so definitely be on the lookout for that. This includes Wellington, Headley, Dodson, Ludi, Dozier, Quail, and Sam Norwood as well. Torrential rainfall is also occurring within these storms and may lead to localized flooding, so do not drive your vehicle through flooded roadways, guys. It's definitely pretty interesting. Definitely interesting event. Alright, let the stream catch up a little bit here, guys. Making sure everything's good. Yeah, it's definitely pretty interesting. So you definitely do not want to drive through flooded roadways, guys. Obviously it depends on the size, weight, and the buoyancy of your vehicle, but you definitely do not want to take that risk. So it's definitely not good. It can definitely be as little as 6 inches of water can actually push your vehicle off the road there, guys. So just be careful. It's hard to tell, especially at night, how deep the water is. So we're gonna have to watch that very, very carefully. Looks like this storm is trying to recycle up to the front here. So if Reed, you guys definitely need to be in your tornado shelter immediately here, guys. Vincent, you guys are getting slammed, sort of sideswept by this storm. So you guys are definitely feeling the brunt of that as well, at least on the southwestern side. Carl, you guys definitely felt it there. Oh man, this is a major hail core here, guys. We're talking about possibly even greater than 3-inch hail coming down here. So we're definitely talking about larger than baseball size. It might even be moving towards softball size hail. If not softball size, this storm may actually grow to grapefruit size hail. So you can definitely imagine how big that is, guys. That'll definitely cause some damage, unfortunately. These aren't the only events that we have going on here. So we do have this big, broad area of slight risk actually ongoing here. So let me take the radar from Norman here. Once it pops up. But how are you guys doing tonight? I hope you guys are doing well. If you guys are in the path of these storms tonight, definitely please definitely make sure you guys have an action plan in place. Definitely make sure your flashlights are ready to go. If you must light candles, you can do that as well. Just try not to leave the room or leave the candle unattended for long periods of time. Definitely don't want to do that. But yeah, I hope you guys are doing well tonight. I definitely have another video planned for later on today as well. Later on tonight, I should say. I have a few topics in mind. I'll definitely choose one here in a little bit. But we do have some of these showers coming into Oklahoma City, especially to the north here, up towards Edmond. These are rain showers at the moment. They don't pose any severe weather threats, at least at the current time. It definitely looks like El Reno is going to get hit by a little shower coming up here. And we're looking at about 10:56 tonight. El Reno looks like to get hit by a smaller cell here. Do have a couple cells popping up to the south of Moore and up through Norman as well, and even down through Stratford and to the northwest of Stratford. These storms, these little cells popping up can pose a threat later on tonight, though, since they are popping up in this slight risk area. So it's definitely not going to be good if these storms do take off tonight. See here. Let's see if I can zoom out a little bit. I'm just checking the radar on my phone as well, just making sure everything's good. It looks like the stream is doing actually pretty good, at least in terms of lag. It doesn't look like it's lagging very much, so that's definitely good news. Let's take the Shreveport radar here. We do have some very strong storms coming into Texarkana, one heading up towards Camden as well, even through Pine Bluff. And even down to the south of El Dorado, to the north of Ruston as well, heading into Monroe later on tonight. Spring Hill definitely looks to be getting hit by a very strong storm here, guys. It's definitely not good. So severe thunderstorm warning remains in effect until 9:45 p.m. Central Daylight Time for southwestern Miller, southwestern Lafayette, and southwestern Columbia counties, northwestern Webster, north central Caddo, and northwestern Bossier parishes as well. So this is actually moving east at 30 miles per hour. It's a very destructive storm for southern Lafayette and northern Bossier parishes, guys. We're talking about 3-inch hail once again. So we're talking about baseball-sized hail or greater. So people and animals outdoors will be severely injured. Expect shattered windows, extensive damage to roofs, siding, and vehicles. Locations impacted include Spring Hill, Cullen, Bradley, Taylor, Ida, Shongaloo, Bright Star, Welcome, Pleasant Valley, Gin City, Walkerville, State Line, Canal, Horsehead, and Kibla here, guys. We have to be on the lookout for this storm. It's definitely very strong. We can take a look at the velocity measurements here. And yeah, we do have that very nice mesocyclone developing there. Yeah, 3-inch hail, guys. That's absolutely devastating. I couldn't even imagine being in those areas that are going to be hit by this. I want to get a track on this storm as well, just to see. This is moving at 29 miles per hour. I would say it looks like this storm is actually going to speed up a little bit. I definitely believe this storm is going to start moving at about 35 miles per hour here, guys. So yeah, it's moving through a sort of less dense populated area here. We're only talking about 6,678 people in the path, but still, that is still say over 6,000 people in the path of the storm. So you guys definitely be on the lookout for that. So Carterville, 7 minutes. Spring Hill, about 19 minutes. Porterville, 20 minutes. Collin, 20 minutes. Old Shongaloo here, 34 minutes. Shongaloo, 36 minutes. Dykesville, Millerton in about 43 minutes. And Millerton and Letton about 42 minutes as well, guys. So you definitely have time to prepare for this storm. If you do have a garage or a carport or something that you can pull your vehicle into, I definitely suggest doing that before this storm comes in. It's definitely a very, very broad storm, though, guys. It's not good, unfortunately. Taking a look at radar, this storm might actually split as well. Might have a left mover go up to the north and a right mover head down to the south a little bit here. So we're going to have to watch that very carefully, guys. We also have this storm down to the south near Bernice, Libsyn, Duboc as well, Evergreen. Looks like the severe thunderstorm was just extended on this particular cell. So we'll definitely take a look at that. Sorry, guys, stream's lagging just a little bit. Trying to get this to pop back up one more time. Need to get a new computer is what I need. I definitely need to get one for sure. I've had this laptop actually since 2014. It's a very, very, very good laptop. It's pretty fast, but I mean, I definitely need to upgrade here soon. Hopefully one of these days I'll definitely be able to do that. So let's pull up some of this data here regarding this severe thunderstorm warning. This is for Duboc, Farmersville. So we're looking at about 1.5 inches hail. We're still talking about less than 50 mile per hour winds, which is very weird. Definitely looks like this storm is producing a little bit stronger winds than that, guys. So this is for southern Union Parish in north central Louisiana, southeastern Claiborne Parish in northwestern Louisiana, and northern Lincoln Parish in north central Louisiana, guys. So severe thunderstorm was located 12 miles east of Homer, moving east at 40 miles per hour. Definitely looks like we're looking at ping pong size hail, guys. So people and animals outdoors will be injured. So definitely, if you are outdoors at this time, or you know anybody that's outdoors, definitely make sure to get them indoors. Do not leave your pets outdoors, guys. Definitely bring them in if you can. You can definitely expect damage to roofs, siding, windows, and vehicles, guys. So if you definitely, if you can pull your car underneath a carport or into a garage, that would definitely be very good. If you can do so. Locations impact include Farmerville, Bernice, Duboc, Vienna, Libsyn, Downsville, D.R. Bon, Mount Zion, Icog, Bayou d'Arbonne Lake, Corinth, Shiloh, and Unionville, guys. It's definitely a very, very intense thunderstorm definitely coming in. It definitely looks like these are the stronger storms. We have one up to the north as well, up near Camden and Chidester here as well. Let's take a look at this storm. So 1.5 inches hail, guys. So this is for southern Clark, southern Dallas, and northwestern Quachita counties. So the severe thunderstorm was located near Bluff City, or 15 miles southeast of Prescott, moving east at 50 miles per hour. Ping pong size hail again, guys. So definitely you don't want to be outdoors. You definitely don't want your pets to be outdoors. Make sure your pets are indoors, guys. Expect damage to roofs, siding, windows, and vehicles. Locations impact include Camden, White Oak Lake State Park, Collindale, Warner, Bragg City, Fairview in Quachita County, Chidester, Poison Springs State Park, Amy, Tate's Bluff, Reeder, and Troy, guys. So if you guys are living in any of those areas, definitely be on the lookout for this particular cell. It's definitely very strong. It's actually moving up to the north at about 54 miles per hour, guys. So let's actually get a beat on this here. It's definitely very, very strong. So we're talking about Good Hope in 8 minutes, Barham in 11 minutes, Chidester in 11 minutes, Red Hill, Bragg City in 13 minutes, Lunette about 20 minutes, Tate's Bluff 22 minutes, Villi in 24 minutes, Amy in 25 minutes, Harmony Grove, Smead, and Van Duzer in about 26 minutes, guys. Shoemaker in about 29 minutes, Eagle Mills, Holly Springs, Millville, and Bearden between about 31 and 37 minutes from now. And then we're also talking about Hopeville, Little Bay, Forest, Bonner, Ramsey, as well as Thornton here in about 41 to 45 minutes. Population is only about 1,501 people, but nevertheless, no matter how many people live in the path of these storms, we definitely don't want to see them cause any damage to property, and we definitely don't want to see any loss of life from these storms tonight, guys. These storms can definitely produce. This storm near Texarkana is looking very, very ominous here. It does look like it's getting this hook on the backside of this, just to the south of New Boston and to the west of Mode here. So let's actually take a look at this. And it's more broad rotation, actually, but I wouldn't be surprised if severe thunderstorm warning is actually going to be issued on this cell relatively soon. Talking about 3/4 of an inch size of hail. We're probably looking at about 50-mile-per-hour winds from this storm. Just a little bit below severe limits, and yes, bring in the stray kittens. I agree with that. Yeah, I mean, it was hailing here one day, and I saw the orange cat that lives in the neighborhood here, just sort of, traverses the roads here, and I pulled him into the car and held him in the car until the rain and hail stopped, and then I let him go. So, yeah, you're right. Definitely bring in the stray cats. Just be careful. Bring in, feed the stray cat. It may always come back, so just be careful there, guys. Let's take a look at this broad area of slight risk as well. Let me try to zoom out a little bit. There we go. I'll zoom out a little bit more just to give you guys a broader look at this, just to show you how much area this actually encompasses. It's definitely very, very big. It's actually from Pampa, Texas, down through even up through Oklahoma City, Altus, down through Wichita Falls, Dallas, Tyler, Shreveport, and Monroe as well, and even portions of southern Arkansas. So it's definitely a very, very broad area. In this yellow outlined area, that is the slight risk. The green outlined area is the marginal risk, but let's take a look at the slight risk here. Take a look at some of the actual SPC or Storm Prediction Center data. Let's pull this up here. So basically what a slight risk is, guys, let me just bring this down into normal terms here, right? So this refers to a level of severe weather outlook issued by the SPC. So basically the Storm Prediction Center is responsible for monitoring and forecasting severe weather events, including thunderstorms, tornadoes, hailstorms, and damaging winds. So they basically use categorical risks. It's basically a system they use, so they go from marginal, slight, enhanced, moderate, and high. So each of these categories represent the likelihood and intensity of severe weather within a designated area. So the slight risk actually indicates that there is a greater probability of organized severe thunderstorms compared to a marginal risk, but the expected coverage and intensity of severe weather is still limited. So definitely very interesting here. So slight risk areas generally cover a broader region compared to marginal risk areas. So the risk areas may encompass multiple states or larger portions of states. So that may affect, bigger population areas, things like that. So the specific weather hazards associated with a slight risk can vary, but they typically include isolated or scattered thunderstorms capable of producing marginally severe conditions. These conditions might include hail up to 1 inch in diameter, which is very interesting because we actually have hail. So I'm surprised that there isn't an enhanced risk on this. I believe the SPC definitely needed to issue an enhanced risk in some of these areas. There should have been a double-barreled threat issued for this area, especially towards Shreveport and southern Arkansas here, and then all the way over into southwestern and southwestern Oklahoma there, guys. There definitely needed to be an enhanced risk there. We also have wind gusts in excess of 58 miles per hour as well, and the possibility of brief weak tornadoes. And it's also important to note that these risk categories are subject to change as new data and weather conditions unfold. So definitely stay up to date and stay updated on local weather forecasts, guys, and heed any warnings or advisories issued by local authorities and meteorological organizations to ensure personal safety and preparedness in the event of severe weather striking your area. So it's definitely pretty interesting here. So we're definitely looking at these stronger storms definitely developing. I'm surprised the enhanced risk has been removed here given uncertainty, the uncertainty both in storm coverage and location. But I do believe they should have kept that enhanced risk over here towards eastern Texas here, through northern Louisiana and southern Arkansas. And then they should have had another enhanced threat from Elk City down through Altus and maybe even include Wichita Falls area. I definitely would have kept those risks in there, guys, at least in my opinion here. But yeah, I mean, we definitely have that massive area of slight risk. We do have some things going on here up towards, looks like in central Kansas as well. We'll definitely take a look at that. Definitely looks like a few flash flood warnings out there and a few special weather statements as well. But it's definitely worth taking a look at those once the connection here actually comes back a little bit. I do apologize for the choppy connection. It does seem like my computer is running terribly slow today, unfortunately. So I guess we can choose the Manhattan Topeka radar here in Kansas. Yeah, these are the multicellular clusters here, guys. So these are definitely going to be flash flooding events here. Definitely not good. This is up towards Lincoln. This is up towards down to the south of Osborne. Beloit here, Glasgow, Salina as well, Abilene. Definitely be on the lookout for some of these guys. These are definitely torrential rainfall producers here, guys. We could see some of these flash flood warnings as well. So between 2 and 3 inches of rain have already fallen, and additional rainfall amounts of up to 2 inches are possible, guys. We're looking at 4 to 5 inches of rain expected in some of these areas. This is for southwestern Mitchell County and north central Kansas. So definitely be on the lookout for flooding here, guys. It's definitely nothing to play with. Turn around, don't drown, guys. If you come across flooded roadways, your life is more important than where you're going, so definitely keep that in mind. As these storms do progress throughout the night, I definitely want to probably come back on to check these storms out just to see what progress they've made. Unfortunately, this storm is definitely intensifying. It's heading right into Mangum here, heading up to Blair and eventually through Mountain Park and Snyder and down through Altus as well. So if you're traveling on 283 and Interstate 62 here, this would be southwestern Oklahoma here, guys. Definitely be on the lookout for very, very large hail. We're talking about up to 3-inch hail, possibly baseball size or even greater. So definitely be on the lookout for that, guys. Definitely not a good situation. Alright, guys, I'm probably going to jump off of here for a little bit. I'm going to prepare the next topic that I have for tonight. Definitely have another story time with Zach tonight, so it's definitely be very interesting. Definitely hope you guys can join me. Hopefully you find these briefings interesting. If you do, definitely hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. Definitely share this information to those that need it the most. Like I said, I'll probably check back in with these storms again a little bit later. But yeah, I'm definitely going to try to prepare for another story time tonight, guys. We talked about the sun last night, so it was definitely pretty interesting. Hope you guys found that interesting. Yeah, it's definitely an amazing journey, guys. I appreciate each and every one of you. And always remember, guys, never stop chasing.